Welcome to a journey into the world of strategy, a concept that shapes the success of individuals and organizations alike. This story begins with two iconic figures, Lady Gaga and Jeff Bezos. Though operating in vastly different arenas, music and technology, both achieved extraordinary success through the power of strategy. Lady Gaga didn't just become a pop star. She crafted a multimedia persona, building a loyal community of fans and a business model that thrived in the digital age. Jeff Bezos didn't merely sell books online. He envisioned Amazon as the everything store, prioritizing relentless growth and customer obsession over short-term profits. Their stories reveal that success is rarely accidental. It springs from a clear vision, a deep understanding of the environment, a realistic appraisal of one's resources, and relentless execution. What, then, is strategy? At its core, strategy is the unifying theme that gives coherence and direction to actions and decisions. It's not a detailed, rigid plan, but a guiding light. The concept has ancient roots, stretching back to Sun Tzu's The Art of War, where the distinction between strategy, winning the war, and tactics, winning a battle, was first articulated. In the business world, the understanding of strategy has evolved dramatically. In the mid-20th century, it was synonymous with corporate planning, detailed, forecast-based 5-year documents. But as the business environment grew more turbulent and unpredictable in the 1970s and 80s, this approach faltered. Companies could no longer forecast far into the future. The focus shifted from planning to strategic management. Less about managing growth paths, more about positioning the company in the market to maximize profit. This evolution continued. The 1990s saw a pivotal shift inward, toward the resource-based view of the firm. Here, competitive advantage was seen to spring from a company's unique resources and capabilities, not just its market position. Strategy became about being different, as Michael Porter emphasized, about choosing a unique set of activities to deliver value. Today, in the 21st century, digital disruption, rapid change, and global challenges continue to reshape strategy. It's less about fixed plans and more about creating options, fostering innovation, and navigating complexity through alliances and adaptability. To understand strategy in practice, we ask key questions. How do we describe a firm's strategy? We look at where it competes, the industries, customers, and geographies, and how it competes, the basis of its competitive advantage. We also look at its future objectives, its mission, why it exists, its vision, what it wants to become, and its specific performance targets. How do we identify a firm's strategy? We look at public statements from leaders, official documents like annual reports, but crucially, we also look at the company's actions, where it invests, what technologies it develops, what products it launches. Actions often speak louder than mission statements. How is strategy made? This is a great debate. Is it a product of deliberate, rational design by top management? Or does it emerge from a series of decisions and adaptations as the organization learns? The truth is, it's almost always a blend of both, a process of planned emergence. In stable environments, design can play a larger role. In turbulent, fast-moving fields, strategy must be more flexible, providing guidelines that allow for adaptation as circumstances unfold. Consider Honda's entry into the U.S. motorcycle market. While it looked in retrospect like a brilliant low-cost strategy, it was actually a story of stumbling, adaptation, and learning from mistakes until they found a formula that worked. Strategy performs several vital roles in an organization. First, it acts as decision support. Humans, unlike chess-playing computers, face bounded rationality. Strategy simplifies choices by providing rules of thumb and a framework for analysis. Second, it is a coordinating device. It aligns the actions of thousands of employees by communicating a common identity and direction. Third, it sets a target. A forward-looking strategy, like a strategic intent, creates ambition and motivates people by presenting a gap between resources and aspirations that must be closed through innovation. Finally, strategy provides animation and orientation. Like a map for lost soldiers, it gives people a sense of purpose and direction, mobilizing them to move forward together, even if the map isn't perfectly accurate. This leads us to a fundamental and often heated question. In whose interest does strategy operate? Who benefits from the value a business creates? Two main perspectives clash. The shareholder view, dominant in the US and UK, holds that a company's primary duty is to maximize profit for its owners. The stakeholder view, more common in Europe and Asia, sees the firm as a coalition of interests: employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and shareholders, whose needs must be balanced. The takeover of the socially minded Cadbury by the profit-driven Kraft foods highlighted this tension. Proponents of the shareholder view argue that competition forces focus on profit, that straying into social goals complicates decision-making, and that underperforming companies will be acquired. Stakeholder advocates argue that businesses are social entities with broader responsibilities, and that focusing solely on profit is a narrow, outdated view that can undermine long-term sustainability and social legitimacy. This debate is intertwined with the concepts of profit and purpose. While profit is essential for survival, like breathing is to life, it is rarely a powerful motivator. The most inspiring and enduring companies are driven by a broader purpose. Henry Ford wanted to put the world on wheels. Google aims to organize the world's information. This sense of purpose unites employees and guides strategic choices, ultimately leading to superior long-term performance. The debate over corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is part of this conversation. Critics like Milton Friedman argued that a business's only social responsibility is to increase profits legally. Supporters believe firms have ethical duties to society and the environment, and that fulfilling these can align with long-term success. The principles of strategy are not confined to for-profit corporations. They are equally vital for not-for-profit organizations, from charities and universities to government agencies. The key tools of analysis still apply, but the context differs. For nonprofits, goals are often complex and non-financial. They may compete not for customers, but for funding and donations. Analyzing their resources and capabilities, and aligning their mission with their strategy and structure, is just as critical. A museum, a homeless shelter, and a military department all need strategy to effectively achieve their distinct purposes. The framework that underpins this entire exploration is elegantly simple. Strategy is the link between the firm and its external environment. For a strategy to succeed, it must achieve strategic fit. It must be consistent with the external competitive environment and also with the firm's internal environment, its goals and values, its unique resources and capabilities, and its structure and systems. A mismatch in either direction leads to failure. A company might have a brilliant product but lack the internal capabilities to produce it at scale. Another might have a strong sales force but be targeting a declining market. The art and science of strategy involve continuously analyzing and adjusting this link. Our story closes with a modern case of strategic success: Tough Mudder. This company transformed grueling obstacle course races into a global phenomenon. Its strategy was clear: target the white space of high-risk, collaborative endurance events. It built a powerful brand centered on camaraderie and toughness, leveraged social media for marketing, and formed strategic partnerships. Its success hinged on a profound understanding of its participants' desire for achievement and community, an objective appraisal of its own creative and operational capabilities, and a relentless focus on delivering an unforgettable customer experience. In a crowded market, Tough Mudder's clear sense of identity and strategic focus allowed it to navigate growth and competition. In summary, strategy is the story of how individuals and organizations navigate the path to success. It is about making choices, allocating resources, and creating value. It is both a rational analytical process and an emergent, adaptive journey. It raises profound questions about purpose, responsibility, and for whom value is created. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a CEO, an artist, or a student planning your career, understanding the foundations of strategy provides the compass to chart your course, the map to find your way, and the inspiration to achieve goals that matter. The journey of strategy is ongoing, complex, and endlessly fascinating, a continuous quest to bridge the gap between where we are and the future we aspire to create.